A warm welcome. Sorry, a little later than I intended to come live. Here's Arunava Chaudhuri. You're live on my YouTube channel, Arun Foot. It is Monday, the 12th of January, and there are certain developments in regard to the Indian Super League. Now, let's wait and see what happens because it seems like that all 14 clubs have agreed in principle to participate in the Indian Super League 2025-2026, which is supposed to start next month. But the question now, in my opinion, is what is going to happen in regard to some of the clubs in regard to home venues, right? There is already a conversation that some clubs are having issues on that front. Some clubs don't want to play at home. Some clubs want to play elsewhere, and seems like all other clubs are in for the new league. And that's the point. Now, also the AIFF has to draw up contracts with the clubs, and will those clubs sign on those contracts? Will they sign on the dotted line? Again, the goalpost has been moved and moved and moved. We're now here. We're all hoping that it will take place, but the information flow today was rather, yeah, rather um, sketchy. Let's put it this way, because I've heard different stories from different people, and a lot of people who are still concerned, and some who actually have signed on the dotted line as clubs who are thinking like, are we doing the right thing? So that's where we are at this moment. And again, at the start of the video, as always do, especially those of you who might be watching later on, like, share, and subscribe Arun Foot here on YouTube. Visit my other social medias, visit arunfoot.com. And of course, if you haven't, yesterday's live watch along, um, yeah, have a look at the Supercopa de España final between FC Barcelona and Real Madrid. Real fun last night, 3-2 for Barca. Um, it was like an ISL game the first half an hour, and then really, yeah, took off. Hey, the Vapes. Would love to know some context about why Joe was throwing a shade in that podcast. I felt it was a low blow, not required. Happy to see people defending you in the comments. The Vapes, I have no clue. This has been sent to me by X number of people, left, right, and center. And again, I thought Joe Morrison knows who I am. I thought he is. If he thinks I'm only a blogger, that speaks badly about him rather than me. And it's better, uh, you know, so therefore, again, it rather speaks badly about him rather than about me. I thought he was a friend. I mean, I've been to Dubai and to his studio in the past. I'm very surprised, but it explains a few things in the past. You know, again, the less I say, the better. And it's just disappointing. I thought I respected him. I thought he respected me as well. And yeah, and if you guys want to defend me on it, do. Some people have done, and I thank those people who've done it without even knowing people who've defended me. And again, if he just calls me a blogger, or would he call me a content creator, or whatever, then it shows that someone like him doesn't know what I've done for Indian football over the last 28 years. And again, I've told you some of the stories that I've done. I surely did not become CEO. And the first thing, I wasn't CEO, I was COO of Mumbai City. So he doesn't even know which position it was. And the second point was, he doesn't even know what I've done for Indian football over the last now nearly 3 decades, right? And this is and he wants to be part of the conversation in regard to Indian football. Joe, you're not needed. People like you are not needed. Thanks a lot, and do something else. Hannibal, I have no clue. Again, he was praising Raj Atwal and that, yo, he's been great and blah, blah. People like him have been brought in. Um, and people like me were wrong to bring him into the ISL. He doesn't even know that I was involved before that in trying to create the model of the ISL. But hey, let those people do their stuff. I'm not worried about it. I've always told you guys, I've done my stuff. A lot of people I know don't like people like me because I'm honest, I'm straightforward, I'm not corrupt. That is the problem of these people, right? So that's the problem of these people. Let them do their stuff. It is disappointing, but again, in this short clip, I got to know the guy, not to be trusted, period. And who the hell is he, and why does people he speaks so much about Indian football? Because he thinks he knows Indian football, understands Indian football, doesn't have a clue, right? Football, worked with BBC, Newcastle, and Sports Plus. He covered a lot of Asian football as well. He hasn't covered a lot of Asian football. He covered Indian football. Ask him what he does at the moment, Siddharth. Good evening. Hey, Yuvraj, I'm good. Missed your streams for months now. Was busy with a lot of things happening, but glad to be back here. Yuvraj, welcome back. Good to see. And it seems like your club, Inter Kashi, is going to get to play in the Indian Super League. How many clubs have quoted? Please tell with names. All 14 at the moment, all 14. But again, there is this word about conditional. So that's the thing where there is, I think, a lack of clarity of the clubs who have committed to the Indian Super League. That seems to be the catchphrase at the moment in regard to all 14 clubs have agreed to play, but have they agreed to play under all circumstances, or are there situations where they might say no? You know, and you know. Welcome back. After the Muslim thing, many people in football are supporting. Many of them watches you. Thanks, Hannibal. Yeah, that's good to see. As I, um, again, it is the way it is, and for me, it's if someone says that, as I say, it speaks more about him than about me, and therefore I'm fine with it. Just doing some filming. Okay, leave it. Yeah. Again, that's the point for me. Thanks, Siddharth, for saying it. Again, I try to be as honest, as factual as I can. Uh, uh, you know, so therefore, uh, you you know, so yeah. So it was about um, it is the way it is, and therefore, again, I try to be as honest as I can. Certain information which I have, I can't share with you, and I will tell you I can't share it with you. And therefore, for me, that is very, very important, to be honest with you guys about it. Everything else makes no sense, right? For me, it makes no sense to tell you lovely stories. Oh, everything is hunky dory, everything is good. I question the system, I question the whole scenario, and again, that's the challenge we have, right, with Indian football. I do before Sunil told the BSC will participate. Listen, I told you again, it is still conditional from BFC, right? So, what to say? Today, my whole day has been translating German tweets about that German politician visiting India. I've never seen so many German tweets on my feed. That German politician was accused of aura farming by the Germans. Okay, the so-called German politician, again, Hannibal, with the respect, is the chancellor of the country. What you call the prime minister is the chancellor, Friedrich Merz, who has been in India since yesterday. And I don't know what, again, aura farming, I don't know. I doubt that AIFF will find broadcaster rights. One of they will again broadcaster to me at the moment. It looks like, if you ask me, um, via Sports Ministry, DD Sports, plus either AIFF own YouTube channel, uh, and otherwise I don't know if an OTT. Yeah, that's will be the case. Manisha Kalyan, I've seen both names missing in squad. Yeah. Is Manisha Kalyan injured? I don't know. Normally, it's a question to ask either Shaggy or Roshan, who of course follow women's football more than me. I think Avika will join. Uh, um, you know, um, later on, and yeah. So therefore, let's wait and see. Shan Hundal, which team? Shan Hundal is not coming to the ISL. He will stay in North America. It's a more faster, but ISL happening is too unreal to be true. So would reserve my excitement until we kick the ball. No jinxing. Yuvraj, yeah, let's see. So let's see. East Bengal is signing Gio Morrison and Pereira Diaz. Zoravar, I'm hearing a lot of things. I'm hearing that I think 5 or 6 teams are considering of playing this season without foreigners. Amongst them, Mumbai City. So if Mumbai City release, again, Tiri has already left. It could be that Pereira Diaz could be also on his way out from Mumbai City. Hearing things about Haba's situation, Kashi sir, have you heard some rumblings? Yuvraj, I've only heard that he's coming back. I've not heard rumblings, as you say, at least not so far. Um, but so I was surprised that even the biggest Ranjit Bajan for supporting you by quoting a whole paragraph on that Morrison tweet. Is it? I haven't seen that. Shared with me. I don't know. Let's see. Chancellor Merz was flying kites with goggles on aura farming. Is it? I mean, the guy's coming out of minus 10 degrees temperature. Uh, so I don't know why would that be aura farming? Again, I found the kite festival a bit weird, but again, that is on then the Indian Prime Minister. And yeah, this is the point. What's the fuss regarding Joe Morrison? Zarava, listen to the start of it. I'm done with that story. He said something about me again without seeming knowing me what I've done. So thanks, and let's leave it at that. Two camera setup with sleepy commentary if AIFF YouTube channel takes on you. Yuvraj, I don't know who's else is going to do it. Again, your options are either AIFF YouTube channel, SSCN, in an ideal world, fan code, or if DD Sports does it, maybe a Waves. You know, so that's the point. DD with Waves OTT gave us better quality on Indian football YouTube channel. Yuvraj, the question is if DD, the question is who's paying for the production. If you think that's my point, if it comes out of the central budget that the AFF's created, then I don't know what will happen, right? So therefore, for me, we'll have to wait and see, right? For me, not sure what is going to come out of it. DD Sports, as has been circulated, has even reached my WhatsApp group. Okay, looks like it, right? Hmm? Right. So that's the point. Damn, didn't knew he was a prime minister equivalent of Germany. I thought he was a random cabinet minister equivalent. No, he's the prime minister of Germany. The chancellor in Germany is what the prime minister is in India. So he is, yeah, he is your top politician of the country. Why don't AFF try to do the broadcast with KL Now TV? They will broadcast it better than on YouTube than AFF. Augusto, KL Now, who's going to produce it? You guys go onto the platform and think the quality of the platform decides the quality of the broadcast. And therefore, for me, the question is not, again, who is doing the production? If the AFF, Uh, so, right, that's the thing that makes it, a question of, um, so therefore, I don't know. So therefore, for me, I actually don't know what if it's, um, I don't know. Fan code shown interest on this season. Sachin, they showed an interest, um, and Karam, because initially they were interested to come in as a potential broadcaster. If there is a dual situation of someone doing it for television broadcast, and then they would take the second feed. Is Mohammedan Sporting participating in this league given their financial situation? So now it's a very good question. The question is, can they pay the 1 crore? And then and yeah, that's why to me that's a base question that has to be answered, which I guess has not been answered so far, and therefore we are where we are, and let's see what happens. I think there's a lot of entities who have that financial problem. That's why the conversation is on that a lot of clubs are trying to reduce budgets to play this season, but at least play the season, and that's I think a positive that entities are trying to play this season and keep alive, stay alive in this current scenario, right? So that's one of those things that I see at the moment. Um, yeah, let's wait and see what happens. Breaking news: Chancellor Friedman accused of aura farming while his visit in India. Okay, I've not read it in German media, so I don't know if it's a conversation on social media, maybe, but I've not seen it. I just even checked in parallel. It's not a conversation on general media. AF will ask clubs to pay for broadcasting services, then we'll go on asking for clubs to arrange commentators themselves. In first half, Team A will arrange in Team B, then next game, Team C. Okay. DD Sports already posted news regarding broadcasting ISL. Have they, Zorawar? 1 second. Wanna Want to go back to that Doordarshan sports thingy. One sec. Let me just check once if DD Sports has actually said anything on that. Um, let me see. Doordarshan Sports. I mean, they're doing a lot of football. They put out stuff on the futsal thingy. It's Hockey India League. Okay. Okay. Actually, quite active on X, as I can see. Actually, no, they've got. Okay. To me, it doesn't look like. We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. What this is aura farming thing? Aura farming thing is that you make yourself maybe more interesting and exciting than you are, right? He Friedrich Merz is seen as a sort of a bland politician, right? He's not a flashy guy normally. Here we go again. Let's talk about an amateur levels and Sunday League players. Goku, welcome back. Yeah, yesterday was world class. Between Barcelona and Real Madrid, and now we're back. I heard Mountain Sporting cleared all dues. Babalu's animation, I have not heard that. Didi just posted about ISL happening, not broadcasting. It would be funny. They do not telecast and us again if a tennis cricket league match clashes with the ISL match. Yuvraj, all possible. Maybe the sports ministry could have done with the production cost. No, Raj. Why would the ministry has been very clear that they are not going to fund a professional league, you know? So therefore, you know, so that's the point. So, right? So therefore, for me, um, that's the reality. Cultivate a cool, charismatic, or mysterious personal image and vibe, often through subtle, repetitive action or aesthetic choices to gain online attention or social clout. Okay, yeah. Didi didn't confirm anything yet. Official on broadcasting, they're just busy in hockey these days. Yeah. So that I don't. I just saw that. Yeah, that's the thing. Now all teams confirmed. Do you think all will actually play? Poco, good question. I still have doubts. What about I League? Will it happen or lower all leagues will be suspended? What's the best option? Tell me, sir. Sachin, at the moment, they, after the ISL is sorted, I think the AIFF will try to sort I League. They said 55 matches, 11 teams. Um, and that's one. And supposedly I League 2, I League 3 will be put together into one joint league. But now, if you can get an $8 billion submarine deal, then the German chancellor wants to destroy the deal by speaking ill of India. No one speak that way in the world. Okay, Kumar, I don't know what he said. Again, let's stay with football. We've got enough problems in football rather than going out. If you don't get me started on that blah blah blah. Aura farming, it's PR. Yeah, Zoravar, that's right. So your thoughts on new Chelsea boss? He's the guy who fielded the most youngest squad in French league, top tier. Liam Rossiner, is that exciting? But the question is, with all the chaos at Chelsea, will he again? He's got a contract till 2032. Will he be given the time to manage Chelsea till 2032? Would be my question. Right. Very talented, very young manager. And to me, someone that I think can go a long way. But yeah. And therefore, let's see. Cloud chasing. Yeah, could be said. Hi, Karam. DD Sports is fake news. They just post a picture of us and never said they will broadcast it. They post pictures of everything related in sports. It doesn't mean they broadcast. Yeah, Karam, that's the point at the moment. So therefore, let's wait and see. As I said, let's wait and see. 14 teams. That's the first thing. Broadcast, commercial partner, this, that, everything. The AFF, after the whole Coca-Cola thing, seems to be on a high where the thing, they've done nothing and Coca-Cola has come to them. So if you want to see, I did a little report earlier today on Coca-Cola supporting the Indian women's under 17. And AFF sold it as if they're supporting everything. So that's that it for you. Hey, Shumik, I'm good as a fan. It's really disheartening to see how AF is running things. Even a tennis ball league has corporate financial backing, but no takers of ISL. Listen, the takers of ISL is not so easy, you know. So let's see. Sports Minister can't even spell Mohun Bagan in East Bengal. Nah, it's Bigan, nah. It's Bigan, nah. It's Bigun Bhaja. So Ravar, you have to understand. Raj Bhai, aura farming is what Interkashi did by lifting trophy in Goa. Wow, that's hard, Yuvraj. How are you taking Joe to it? Sure, let him. If the guy doesn't know me, who I thought knows me, it speaks bad about him. And, yeah, and so therefore, for me, again, um, nothing much to say. Aura farming, as Mohammed was given broken trophy. Could be. Joe Morrison was taking dig at you at a YouTuber became ISIS. What was dick towards you? That I yes, he appreciated Raj. I don't know what was the question we're given. Listen, guys, let him. If he's happy with it, if he doesn't know what I've done for Indian football, it speaks, and he wants to have a conversation about Indian football. Joe, you're always welcome. You want to come on this? Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's let you explain Indian football. What have you done for Indian football that you have an opinion about Indian football? Come on, let's have it. I know what I've done. Nobody else in the world knows what I've done for Indian football, right? Nobody needs to know. I'm happy with that. But it shows a total disrespect for people, and it shows dishonesty. That is what is the thing. It says more about you than about me. I know what I've done. I know what I've done right, what I've done wrong. But I've done things. I've done things. I know what I've done. So be happy with it. I still feel it might be organized like a glorified Super Cup. Happy to be proved wrong. Uchut, I think that's the fear that I think all of us have, right? If they can do it better, I think we'll all take it. But to me, at the moment, if I see the way that things are running with the AIFF, yeah, a glorified Super Cup would actually be a success at the moment. Do you think sportsmen are pressure the franchise to play others many were reluctant, including Odisha FC? Surely there was it sports minister, was it general political pressure? There was. I think the question is what I've now realized how the system works. It doesn't even need to have pressure. Uh, you know. Uh, so 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 um so the problem is there is a lot of assumptions going around. And to me, and you know, going into this, that a lot of these guys are thinking, oh, you know what, we can't be on the wrong side of the government or of the sports ministry of this, of that, and everything. And that's how all of this has sort of come to be. And this is, it's to me, it's bizarre to say the least that we are in the situation where we are in. And yeah, it's. I guess it's not easy, but yeah, let's wait and see if all of them play. Says Churchill brothers playing I League because plenty of places they have said they're going to play as in almost all I League clubs initially they didn't take part. Yuvraj, let's wait and see. They are at the moment one of the 11 ISL. Sorry, I League teams, not ISL. So yeah. Senior women's team Turkey trip, was it pre-planned finances from Coca-Cola Kitty? Ochut, I can no, the trip, yeah, there is someone in Turkey who's helped them. Was it pre-planned? Not sure. Finances, I have no clue. Coca-Cola Kitty, no. Coca-Cola is only helping with the under 17s, from what I know. But again, we will realize once they land in Turkey, you see their training kit or see, you will realize if there's a Coca-Cola branding on it, maybe they, even if they, yeah. So therefore, yeah, what's the point? Let's wait and see. You can see Japan is a well-known football nation now, but I really rarely see any Japanese coaches coaching outside of Japan. Is it because of language problem? Goku, no idea. So yeah. Joe said you were CEO of ISL. Kumar, again, guys, I was never a CEO. I don't want to be a CEO. It's all fine. Let these guys talk. We Indians have problems to troll our own thing, especially about DD. If I say I've been enjoying Waves, OTT almost for 8 months, broadcast stream quality both are quite good. Yes. Have some issues, but sometimes we need to support our own thing, only way to improve things. Okay, so that It shows his knowledge level. Yeah, Raj, it doesn't expose me, it exposes him. Goku, read the earlier tweets, you'll find out who the guy is. If you are the CEO, please recruit me. He does not know anything. He supports Ranju Bajaj. Okay, Kumar. Just because of the influence of the white guy talking about Indian football, let him do. People crying over ISL crisis, but to be honest, how many people do care about Indian football needs to be realistic these days? See that all these people are doing engagements are not, who's providing options, solutions, you know, you know. Um, so therefore, for me, these are all realities of things. If I, you, we like it or not. And again, it's people will celebrate this, and if is it good, is it bad? All these questions are not asked, right? So that's a big problem I see at the moment. Right, 20 of you watching, nearly 28 minutes of this live. Only 7 likes so far, guys. I think we can do better. And um, so therefore, keep supporting. We are at 3,700 subscribers. So those of you who are watching now or maybe later on, you like what we're talking about, do join the conversations. And you know, so therefore, thanks a lot as always for your support. Oopsala, where did I miss it? If the ASA clubs were ready to negotiate the 20-year contract with the current area, for God's sake, no. Kumar, I have no clue what they're going to do. Your problem is what has been shown in the last few days and weeks, that the clubs are unable to speak with one voice, right? There are, forget factions, there are different, interests. 14 clubs, 14 interests, and they don't understand what is the general interest for the better good, right? I know clubs who've always said, no, 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 we will never sign the AFF thing, or we'll not pay 1 crore. All of them are doing it now, right? So therefore, this is another reality that we all need to, we need to understand to me, the learning has been that we need a commercial partner to come in to actually run the league, you know. So therefore, for me, that will be an interesting thing. If you ask me, Kumar, will they sign the contract? I would now not be surprised. So let's see. A little surprised to find the mention of another coach for Indian U17 Women's National. It wasn't the Swede, forgot his name, doing a good job. Ochud, I think it's not about the name. If you recognize in the first year, Joachim Alexandersson is the name of the gentleman. Joachim has done very, very well. But in the first year, his salary, 50% was paid by the Swedish FA and or Swedish FF. Other 50% by the AIFF. Now the AIFF has to pay 100%. So I guess that some part of that sort of say CSR money from Coca-Cola, which they're selling as sponsorship, is going to go towards Joachim's salary. When a certain league is started, it has a lot of corporates backing, but as the time passes, we know better what happens later. So to compare with the decade-old league, it's not justified. Okay, Raj. Grateful response is always, thanks, Johnson. Really appreciate the work you've currently doing, let alone everything previously. More power to you. We focus on ourselves. We can immediately do within our capacity. Yeah, Johnson, that's the point. I have done, again, if you want to do a documentary, I can do a whole series with you about what I've done over the last 28, 29 years. You know, we can do I think a whole season, at least a season, if not more, on what I've done. So I'm fine with it. I have a clean conscience. Listen, I have spent my own money on things on Indian football. I am not a rich man. I am not a rich owner or whatever, right? And forget the time that I've spent on Indian football. I have warned about things that they will happen. I've told people in person, not in private. I've told people in person. Sometimes they accepted it, they've gone with it. Very often, these knew better and then they got us into a mess. These are the realities. I can only live by those. I have my own bar, I have my own standard, which I work by, which I run by. So therefore, these are the things, and I can't change. If such a person has such an opinion about me, okay, then again, I have to live with it. And And it proves, it says something about him rather about me. So therefore, yeah, yeah. So if anyone, again, that's why I didn't even reply. I didn't even give it air, oxygen, or space. It's ridiculous. Can we get a good sponsor for the league? Augusto, at the moment, I don't see anything at the moment. Good night, sir. We'll try to really tune in from now on. Also, sir, avoid the barking of some few, just like Churchill, but avoids the reality. Yuvraj, thanks a lot. As per my research analysis, current situation of Infoboy's new solution is the bigger problem. Um, I don't know if what is the plan ahead, because again, what is the simple problem at the moment is organization structure and money. I think are the biggest issue here, because my problem is what we've not discussed. Promotion relegation is being discussed, right? How does this league move ahead? So therefore, for me, um, this is the challenge, right? The new thing that the AFF is proposing, does it work? Can it work? And if you look at it the way that the AFF are running the thing, then if people are honest, they'll say no. So that's the danger that I see. East Bengal Twitter is on meltdown. The bear has woken up from hibernation. Again, Aditya, I don't know why, on what. I think in football mistakes are learning from other countries, things you should not do about your football vice documentary incoming. Okay, Goku. Nandini moved from ISL to ASIF for a couple of years with a new deal. Okay, Siddharth. Yeah, there are a lot of people who have moved away from FSTL. Exactly, so my point. This is a new ISL going to create issue. Next edition comes because I know F is not capable of doing anything in any capacity. See, that the issue for me is um my question at the end of the day is um okay, you have a 20-year plan. This year, the AFF is saying um we are going to spend 9+ crores on the ISL, right? Next season, you don't have the money, right? You're supposed to spend another 4+ on the I League, so you're spending um 14 crores, which you don't have actually, right? Interesting, you do not have that money, right? So for next season to realistically happen, you have to generate at least 10 crores for the ISL next season to happen. Big question mark, right? So therefore, these are I don't know. I don't know where we are um, gonna get that, right? And what I've said X times over the last 2-3 months, a short-term solution which harms the long-term interest, and that is what this solution seems to be to me. We'll have to wait and see. Now these ISA Cups don't know what they're doing. A few days back, some said no, now saying yes, some are conditional. They cannot stand what they said. Yeah, Kumar. Sir, would like to know, when did Hero terminate the contract? After season 9. So that is a little over 2 years, 2020, yeah, 2023. My club is back. My club called Dead has been woken up alive. Aditya, yeah, what's happening with Odisha FC? Raj is asking the question. I don't know if you're back or not. Again, all of these are conditionals. You're not bloody back. This is a conditional comeback, from what I understand. And we'll have to wait and see, right? So that's going to be Rohan, no, not Roshan. Rohan is still, yeah, why shouldn't he be breathing? Gugu. They're still around. He's still around. Rohan Sharma is around. The question that there is where does the league stand, right? Where does the ISL stand? Um, where does the ISL stand itself? And that's the question that we have at the moment, so to say, about the league. The new pay structure plus salary cutting will surely going to impact quality from officials to players. So be realistic. We are making this league happen to lose the quality which we earn through ISL. So that's the problem, no? I think the quality of foreigners is going to drop, right? That's one. Um, if Mohun Bagan are really spending as much as they're saying, Mohun Bagan is going to be spending triple, quadruple, um, right? And so therefore, right, where do we stand? I think a lot of teams are just going to play for the sake of playing. So that's the question of where do we stand. Very, very interesting to see. Saw some um saw some ISL referees in local tournaments. Better say Cape. Raj, these guys also have to earn, right? The whole thing is dead at the moment, right? So therefore, for them, it's about also about survival. If Rohan tweets something, Odisha is. Did Rohan tweet? I didn't see anything. Just one second. Let me just check. As you say, I'll just quickly do a check at the background. Check. Second. One second. Let me check. Yeah. Seems like Rohan is gone, right? Or am I wrong? Right? I might be wrong, but let's see where we are. One second. Any guy with good mental condition running ISL club won't sign that 20-year contract. They will delay this negotiation. New body in AIFF comes. They can change contract clauses. Okay, Kumar. Let's see. Even if AIFF wishes to pull a league like this, it must be one time. Next season, things need to be changed. Also, thanks to all Odisha FC players who stayed with us despite getting lucrative offers. Aditya, the transfer window is still open. No? Let's wait and see. So therefore, we'll have to see what happened. Shanunul, I said Shanunul is not coming to the ISL. The thing cannot be signed. Yeah, I agree with you. That is what I know, but I know ISL will happen now. Again, still, I will only agree once the contract is signed, right? Aditya, this is my whole point. You, I, we, um, let's wait and see what happens. Mohan will win this tournament only they have all fun as well. Mr. Gonkar doesn't care. Yeah, Raj, that's the point with Indian football. Bangalore will win. Let's see. Young players get infected most of the moment with this all tamasha because they can see a country can't run a top league and young age clubs in America are selling them FIFA dreams. So that the point is, yes, that again, that's a general problem, right? Again, if an Indian kid, if you ask Indian, who do you want to play for? They will always say, oh, Real Madrid, Barca, I don't know, Man United, Manchester City, there's that, everything, Arsenal, Chelsea, Bayern, whatever, blah, blah. They don't know. Uh, so that's the point. No, he hasn't tweeted. Yeah, Rowan has deactivated his account. Yes, just realized that. So late news about ISL, all Iceland particular. X9P at the moment, it sounds like, one second. Sorry. At the moment, the news is that the ISL is happening with 14 teams. Again, what kind of confirmations? Is it still conditional? I haven't heard anything. Right? No one lives in reality, not in La La Land. Yeah. If Monbagan wins, then my first question is who's going to represent us in AFC? Because then they got banned. Siddharth, the first question is anyone representing us in AFC? If Mohun Bagan is not representing us, then I would think that the team finishing second in the league will will play in the AFC competitions. And therefore, for me, if you ask me, um, whoever finishes second behind Mohun Bagan then plays for us. We spoke to Stephen Dias last week. Jamshedpur FC were the first to confirm participation season that Tata have reassured the team of salary setup because live football is a priority perspective. Johnson, yeah, I had spoken to someone at Jamshedpur FC last month and they said we'll play irrespective of what happens because Tata have said you'll have to play, you know? Uh, so therefore for me, let's wait and see. Apala, sorry. One second, let me just, proper sip. Ah, change of weather, right? We've had over the weekend temperatures of minus 10, 12 degrees, and now it's 4, 5 degrees plus. Yes, it's quite warm over here. The only thing this season of football happens, we can see more Indian goal scorers, but surely top scorer will be a foreigner. Goku, let's wait and see. Very likely to happen. Raj asking Siddharth, will AFC let us play in AFC, Raj? And that is something which is quite funny that the AFF still has not contacted the AFC on this, right? The AFF is waiting until the second they know how many teams and then they'll go to the AFC. Guys, go to the AFC, provisionally say, guys, we were not going to play a full season, blah, blah. What's the context? You could have sorted this in advance, right? This is something which crazy. Hello, hello. Back again, long time, little bit disturbed. That's why I took break. Not a problem, Trader Walla. Welcome back. Good to see you. Some people are saying Shanhunal Bengali media video ref sports. Extent P, I don't know what that video is. According to my knowledge, he's not coming to India this winter. Probably that club that doesn't have Australian players in it, says Arvind. Okay, sir, would love to see if you share story of just 1 year before as a starter. It will be great for our viewers how things got started. See that the simple thing is it wasn't that. I think the conversations realistically started 2 years before 2012 because the ISL was supposed to start in 2013, right? And they have AFF and there's a lot of opposition from the I League clubs because the I League clubs originally didn't want to do um, you know, um, allow the I League to become the ISL. So then the ISL concept came around. They worked on it. Um, they signed all players in the summer of 2013. All the key Indian players were signed, put into a pool, and then it was pushed because they were supposed to play 2013-2014 season. And then it was pushed by a few months, and then it was pushed over a year. And they said, okay, listen, we will start in October 2024. That's the time in 2013 where Star Sports came on board, became a stakeholder of the league, took 30% stake in the league. So they were a third stakeholder besides IMG, Reliance, and Star. So IMG, Reliance, and Star were the three partners in it. And then, then the work started. And then a lot of things happened. Some of the players went outside. I helped Godwin Franco and Nirmal Chetri to come here to Germany to train with Fortuna Düsseldorf. And a lot of things. And then 2014, the ISL came. With this fiasco, we better not play in AFC with league. Also, we are nowhere near others. Raj, I agree. We are so bad at this moment in time compared to an Asian level. Uh, you know, so let's see. Jamshedpur FC has third grade players. Even the foreigners are not that good, who won't even get benches in ISL club borders without Khalid Jamil. Okay, Aditya, let's wait and see. So if some ISL team will play with foreigners, as foreigners will continue to leave. I think foreigners are. It's a point, right? Because there are conversations from what I understand. Chennai and Mohammedan are not to play with foreign with are going to play without foreigners. Um, and um, and further, I think Mumbai City is looking at discussing things at the moment. There there is the possibility that something might happen. So therefore, again, it's let's wait and see what happens. Um, it is you know let's see what happens. Does AFC accept the league without 27 matches? Will they give a slot? Kumar, it's a conversation between AFC and AFF. Yes, they could. Today, FA Cup fourth round draw, Leicester fan from Bangladesh. Ashraf, yeah. What was the FA Cup draw? I didn't see that. Let's see. Who did Leicester City get? One sec, let me check. Where is the draw? The FA Cup. Where is the draw? Where is the draw? Where is the draw? Uh, yeah, that's it. I think there is some kind of exception if you send a letter to FC. Goku, it could be, but again, not a letter, it's a conversation. So which Indian striker can be good? I don't think any good Indian striker is Mohan Suryan going with all foreigners look like. X9P, let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. I don't know which Indian striker. Again, this season, I think there could be some new talent coming up, given a chance. And let's wait and see. Xavi sacked by Real Madrid. What's your view? Yeah, big news after yesterday's loss to Barcelona. Real Madrid have announced the sacking of Xavi Alonso. Text reads, and I quote from Real Madrid, CF wishes to announce that by mutual agreement with the club and Xabi Alonso, it has been decided to bring his time as first team coach to an end. Xabi Alonso will always carry the affection and admiration of all Madridistas because he's a Real Madrid legend, has always represented the values of our club. Real Madrid will always be his home. And all his coaching staff for their hard work and dedication throughout this time and wish them the best of luck in this new stage of their lives. Wow. Um, Very interesting. No? It looked like that he will survive. And then, of course, yesterday's loss. So therefore, let's see. There is no Indian striker playing for the Indian club, even if they play there in the fourth or fifth division. Okay, Goku, how did you land for Mumbai City? Augusta, I wasn't there in season 3 when they for Mumbai City. So therefore, and yeah. But we don't know where Mohun Bagan will play. I think this season I won't be able to go and watch matches in the stadium. Tradewala, if I understand, option A is Salt Lake Stadium. Option B is Kishore Bharati of Mohun Bagan Supergiant. Xavi sacked when? Just a while ago. Xavi Alonso was sacked a few minutes ago by Real Madrid, Goku. So, which foreign good player among Samba Isaac Club and could not able to do any player? A lot of these superstars were signed in season 1 and 2, no? Couldn't perform. So, yeah, let's wait and see. Started watching ISL with 80K. Wish my club was alive, says Raj. Yeah, those were the days, huh? Xabi Alonso, Indian public funding for Indian football coach for fun. X9P. No, Xavi will apply for Indian national team. You know what? Xabi Alonso is a good coach. I mean, I watched him from close quarters at Bayer Leverkusen. Um, Around the corner, 25, 26 kilometers away from here. Um, um, Real Madrid, I think the problem is the squad composition. No? So therefore for me, that's the thing that Real Madrid has to introspect. I think they have a squad problem. Weirdly, always their left backs get injured. I don't know how many injured left backs they've had in the last few years. And generally, yeah, it's not working out for them. No? So therefore, for Real Madrid, very interesting to see what to do. And Xabi Alonso will surely get a job. He's a great manager, but timing wasn't the best, most probably, to join Real Madrid. Sir, I'm watching old video of ISL, good old days, good broadcasting, but quality should have increased, but quality decreased with the X9P. It is, uh, um, you know, um, problem is if you're spending less money, if you're trying to cut down on the broadcast because you've got financial issues, that's the end result, right? Therefore, for me, for you, as much as we've liked top quality ISL, and the quality of the ISL dropped because of that, right? Because no one was willing to spend the money. And so therefore, yeah, that's the thing. So therefore, for me, if you see the old days, starting points, 2014, 15, what it was, yeah, let's see. Do you remember the 10 p.m. kickoff of ATK versus FC Goa in 2017? Yeah, there were a few matches which kicked off late, no? Because late arrivals of was it the late arrival of one of the teams? Are we talking about Kolkata or are we talking about Goa? I remember something. There was also something with Mumbai City and ATK. I remember because Mumbai City came in late or something. There are a few of these matches over the years. He's good coach, but sometimes circumstance great. Yeah, he's a very good coach. But again, Real Madrid is the question that a lot of people have asked is do you have to be a coach or do you have to be a manager at Real Madrid, right? The same question that Ruben Amorim asked about Man United. Am I the coach or am I the manager? I want to be the manager, but they've made me the coach. So therefore, for me, Xavi Alonso, who is someone who's developed a lot of players. Look at Bayer Leverkusen, how players have evolved. Look at Flo Wirtz, Alejandro Grimaldo, now captain of the team or vice captain of the team at Bayer Leverkusen. Others as well who have evolved and developed at Bayer. Yeah, special bonding. And Real Madrid, you have to be more of a manager. I mean, Ancelotti, I think, is a very good example. But the point is, look, for example, he failed at Bayern Munich, and Bayern Munich, the player said, "Hey, listen, it came after Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola demands a lot from you." So this is the question: what kind of coach? Uh, um, so let's see what happens. But initially, why was he not a season long? Raj, the idea of the ISL was initially to try and create something, or create a buzz, and the setup wasn't there to run the whole thing for a year. Yeah. Um, so therefore, for me, those were some of the realities, and it has grown over the years to be a full season league. I think SSCN may get streaming rights for ISL as given their proximity to KC. So rather, I have no clue what is going to happen. You don't. Let's wait and see. Some of these things, we all keep on speculating. Let's wait and see what happens. Now I think Ren needs a coach to manage players to build a system around them rather than the coach system needs players. Yeah, Kumar, exactly what I said. You need a manager. And it's not about system, it's about managing the players. ATK was better, but says X9P. Imagine Xavi as an Indian national team coach. Somebody going to be cooked, players or Xavi himself. Goku, I think he's such a coach that if Xavi Alonso was coaching India, again, it's not never going to happen, but just dreaming for 2 seconds. If a Xavi Alonso comes in, this team would be better, right? Again, the problem that a Manolo and that Khalid currently have had or have, he would make them better because he would work with them on the basics, right? Even in the limited time, Xavi Alonso would work with the team on the basics, and that would make them automatically better. Has Mohun Bagan released any of its foreigners? Zorawa, so far, nothing. I've not heard any releases. There was always the talk of Dimi Petratos being released, or maybe one more, and then new players coming in to fit Sergio Lobera's system. So far, nothing of that. Xabi Alonso should go to clubs like Man City or give the players that need Xabi Alonso system. Yeah, let's wait and see. This league may be East Bengal's best chance of winning a league title in last 2 decades. Zoravar, I agree. I agree. But the question is, East Bengal, are they going to sort out their striker issues, right? Hamid, I think, no, Hamid not. I know Hamid has been already released. The tall, lanky Japanese guy, I think, is also on his way out. So let's wait and see what they do with that. And again, interesting will be can they avoid injuries, which has been a big problem for East Bengal. Majority teams may be without foreigners except like Mohun Bagan. Yeah, very true. Mohun Bagan, I think Punjab FC will have some foreigners or has already some foreigners. So therefore, we'll have to wait and see what happens. Being honest, sir, there will be no ISL. If sports ministry comes forward, the pressure on ISL owner makes ISL owner say yes, even bad situation. X9P, again, I said this earlier. Was there any pressure or was there perceived pressure? That is the question. So let's wait and see. Heard a few weeks back that Petratos will leave Mohun Bagan during the January transfer window. Exactly. I had the same thing. But no movement at the moment. So let's wait and see. I feel this is the time for national team players need to work on basics with coach. As a team and coach always give camp excuse. Yeah, Raj, I totally agree. Sir, is any history, any federation use public funding to fund for foreign coach for fun? Just asking some Indians saying to crowdfunding to fund Shavi or found out Shavi application fake. Um, yeah, X9P, government's funding things is a very normal thing, you know? Um, right? So nothing special. Was Joe Morrison taking cheap pot shots at you on Twitter? Yes, Ishan, he was. Again, I've explained it now X number of times here. I don't know why. Joe should know better, but it doesn't seem he seems to know me. So yeah, congratulations to him. I think he's exposed himself more than. And again, let's leave it at that. And again, if you guys want to defend me, go onto Twitter and write him what I've done. Now, if Man City is intelligent, they will pounce on Xabi Alonso. There are rumors Pep will leave after these many seasons. Kumar, again, if they're going to do or not, he has a history of being the guys who manage the club are Barca guys, ex-Barca guys. He's an ex-Liverpool player. So all of these factors come in if they're going to do it or not. And no standard left, which us has created over last decade. Yeah, Raj. At the moment, we just have to go out, and that's the thing. The main issue with the national team is the lack of readiness among U23 players and responsibility of senior players. I don't know if it's irresponsible. I think Trader Mala, I don't know if you've seen my Pritham Kotal interview. It's in Bengali. Once more, a reminder, a few days ago, I did an interview with Pritham Kotal. Actually, yeah, a week ago. It's episode 1253. And Pritham speaks openly about national team and, how we perform, uh, you know, and so therefore, that's the thing. So, and the under 23 players, as you say, lack of readiness. Exactly my point. They are not ready for that level. They need regular football to be able to step up. And that stepping up is, I think, the biggest challenge in Indian football for all, right? We're fighting for that stepping up. So therefore, for me, that's the challenge that we have at the moment. Where will the national team players learn basics from Khalid Jamil or the club managers? Rather, it depends, right? Some club managers work on it, some do, a lot don't. So those are also some of the realities of things. But again, for me, if you ask me the question, then it should be at both ends because um, club managers will work on certain things, and so therefore, yeah, a national team also. I mean, Stephen used to do it. I remember Bob Houghton used to do it. Yeah, and since he goes too much, that seems to have gone. How much money do you think Sir Xavi would take to coach Indian team? Sir, my means public funding, correct? Fans funding. X9P, Xavi is again. You're living in La La Land. Sorry, you're not living reality. I don't even know what Xavi would want. And so therefore, we don't even need to get into that conversation. Joe Morris is a known in Indian football since I League days. Didn't expect this from him. Robert again speaks about him. Those who are saying why government isn't funding, because if government funds us and all other leagues which are in losses will ask government to fund them, this will create a buzz. Yeah, Raj, that's a problem. Shah himself really kept watching us in some interviews. Sir. Did he say that? Did he say that he watches the ISL or I keep track of the ISL? Right? This is also the thing that people make something else in. There were some rumors back when a top Japanese player linked with Momoan recently won the championship with Kashima and this J League. Let's see, Arvind. Yes, I've seen that video. Okay, so I think Tredawala, it's Pritham tries to explain it, and I think I give him credit for doing, and and I think he did quite well in that, and yeah, he's um he's very honest about those things. Man City moderate watch. Yeah, again, there's a lot of these things. Oh, they watch again. What did John Morrison said something bad about me? Example, let's leave it at that. And if you want to know more, watch the start of the show. We discussed it at that stage. Why Xavi was in values and he thought he wanted a bigger challenge. That's why he went to Real Madrid. Real Madrid is a dangerous animal to manage. Kumar, always happens, right? He had the option. He could have gone last year to Liverpool. He could have gone last year to Bayern. He could have gone last year to Real Madrid. He stayed another year in Leverkusen and then decided to go to Real Madrid. Again, he's one of the few to have played for three of the biggest football teams in the world, and so therefore, uh, Um, yeah, he decided Real Madrid is where he wanted to go. Again, Liverpool and Bayern were available last year and he didn't want to leave Leverkusen after winning the Bundesliga and the DFB Pokal. And now he is where he is. So, yeah, it happens. Your opinion, will Lobera succeed in moment or repeat of Molina? So, Raval, I want to see how Molina plays because Molina has become a little bit more, Lobera has become a little more practical over the time, right? So, he's no more as attacking intended as he was at Goa and at Mumbai City. So, very interesting to see how he adjusts because he has a, um, how the team really settles down and plays on them. So, that will be very interesting to see. And if he's happy with the players or if he does make one or two changes, you know? So, yeah. Sir, I know, sir. Just in Ireland for 1 second. Full time, I am in trauma as in your football. I know any team whole budget is less than Xavi 4 months salary. Except I don't. Yeah, again, what it is, let's not get into this. Kalyan Chaubis said that he would bring sponsors for women's football only if women's football earns it through their own efforts. Yeah, but Tradawala, the Coca Cola thing has not come because of the AIFF. It's come because the Coca Cola the FIFA World Cup trophy tour powered by Coca-Cola was in India, and they do CSR projects around the world whenever they travel with the trophy around the world. And this is sort of a CSR project to support the Indian under 17 women's. It's a positive PR story for Coca-Cola as part of this tour. I watched in Bengal and I don't agree on league connection with and national team performance. Raj, again, it's his opinion. You don't have to agree. I don't have to agree on it. He has the experience. He's an experienced national team player. He's done it. He's seen it. I think that's the big thing for him. And again, at the moment, it is a drawback that the players are not playing. It's the same commentator Joe you guys are mentioning about. Yes, Kuku, that's the guy. Hi, Blue. I'm doing fine. Hope you're doing good. Again, some of these things happen, and some of the things don't. But again, to me, it is yeah, it is the way it is, and yeah, we will not be able to change things. Lovera this time don't have Jahu and Fall. Raj, that's the first interesting thing, huh? That he has a number of players. Ahmed Jahu, Mutada Fall will not be there. Right? So therefore, and some of the Indian players that he's trusted as well over the years. Um, and so therefore, it's interesting to see how this thing actually pans out at the end of the day. But yeah, it's interesting to see because Nobera has been one of the best coaches. Uh, so therefore, for me, it is an interesting thing to see how he you know um, how he does it or doesn't do it, in my opinion, because the potential is there. And yeah, interesting to see. And so, therefore, yeah, very interesting to see what happens or doesn't happen, right? So, that's the point. Lobera won't be in Monmouth's decision, hasn't been so difficult. Yeah, very true. And again, would he be there if the ISL season had kicked off? Would he have left Odisha? That's another question, right? And to me, uh, very interesting to see. Very interesting to see. Um, it's Blue. It's not just the situation with Mo Subhajan, but if the ISL started, he was at Odisha FC. I don't even know if he would have left Odisha FC. We don't know. Lobera will have Cummings and McLaren, not yeah, yeah. But again, that's those. He always had one striker as his focal striker. Diego Mauricio in the last 2 years. And sorry, yes, Raj, very right. Hugo Bumus was also amongst the players he always had, right? So therefore, that's um, let's see. Arunava Lobera needs that deep lying playmaker like Jahu can thread those passes. Kumar, if he wants to, Apuya can be that player, right? Because Apuya has played with Hugo Bumus, with Hugo Bumus, with Murtada Fall, with Ahmed Jahu. He knows their style. The question is, will he sell one of his strikers and bring a defensive midfielder or a playmaker? Interesting would have been if he had sold one of them and brought back Hugo Bumus, because there was this rumor, right, that he might get rid of McLaren. Might get rid of one of the foreigners, Dimi Petratos, most likely, and then try to bring back Hugo Bumus again. But he also has history with Monban, so I'm not sure. But again, those are interesting facts. We'll have to wait and see. Pereira Diaz at East Bengal, will it work? Won't be a bad option this short league? Orindam, Um, Jorge Pereira Diaz is one of those strikers that if he's an opponent team, I hate him. He's a pain. But if he's in your team, workload, he's a nuisance for defenders. Um, so therefore, for me, let's wait and see. But will he go? Will Diego Mauricio come back? We'll have to wait and see. I think the question for Pereira Diaz is what is Mumbai City going to do? Is Mumbai City going to spend on their foreigners, or are they going to try and terminate the contract of the players? Right. So that's the first question. I think the Pereira Diaz thing is only realistic if Mumbai City release the players, then he is part of the conversations. It looks like that East Bengal is looking at strikers with an ISL background after having now tested two strikers who've not worked. Right. Lovera likes to use maybe reason why I was searching for that Japanese player. Yeah, yeah. Let's see what he wants to do. What's the current state of Mumbai City team? Aman, they're there. They're alive. They're kicking. They're running. What else do you want from them at the moment? Where's DS coming with East Bengal? Raj, one of the transfer rumors at the moment that is going around. If the league happens, the moment ends up in first position, second position team will feel like promotion. Why? Why promotion? Huh? If you finish second, you finish second, right? Ah, DLP, deep lying playmaker. Okay, this is again new term. Haven't heard about it. Now everyone will busy with transfers. Be happy for getting all problems. Ah, Raj, welcome to that world. I think we'll be starting in the next few days. Transfer rumors, transfer conversations. I mean, the Indian football situation said he is in Mohun Bagan currently because if Odisha FC isn't there and no one is interested, Mohun Bagan would always be his last option, but currently he had to accept the challenge. Blue, it looks like it, but if you look at what has happened now, maybe he would have not done it. Uh, um, you know, um, so therefore, for me, let's wait and see. You know, he's turned down Mohun Bagan and East Bengal in the past, if you remember, uh, uh, and so therefore, for me, the situation, you're right, the situation enabled him to make that switch because at the time when he made that switch, it looked at Odisha FC is likely to shut down, right? So with him leaving, Raj Atwal leaving, and now they seem to be back alive. So let's see. And now that we are all talking about the player, even though there is no guarantee of a happening league. Yeah, Kumar, let's wait and see. I just saw Paredes followed East Bengal Stars, but I know Diego won't be coming. Orindam, again, as I said, players follow, unfollow. Again, maybe it's happening, maybe it's not happening. Again, the question is Mumbai City, do they want to play with foreign players? Yes or no? And secondly, as we've seen with Mumbai City over the last 3, 4 transfer windows, if someone's going to make a crazy offer, as Mohun Bagan have done for a Puya, for Mehtab Singh, if East Bengal make crazy offer for Pereira Diaz, I think they will release Pereira Diaz. Right? So let's wait and see what happens. Being a Mohun fan, I think East Bengal will perform better this season. Somehow I feel they are more prepared than Mohun because everything in Mohun seems messed up. Tidawala, someone said it a little earlier, no? This is East Bengal's best chance to actually win a league. I think with this short league, with the way East Bengal is, East Bengal's only problem is are the strikers. East Bengal has a striker problem. If they can sort out the striker problem, I think East Bengal can win it. I like transfer rumors, says Zorava. Pereira Diaz was arrogant guy I've ever seen. No, I said, no, Goku. As I said, he's one of those guys. If he's in your team, you're very, very happy. If he's an opponent, he's nuisance. Mumbai City shouldn't release Pereira Diaz majority foreigners in Mumbai City left club. Raj, it's a question of money. And if you're trying to save money, again, Mumbai City, I don't think is fighting for the title this year. So if you're looking at if you're asking me if I was there and we're looking at the option and East Bengal is going to throw money at you to sign Pereira Diaz, I would give them Pereira Diaz, to be very honest. Mohan Subajan may very much finish fourth or fifth. Oh, okay. Wait. Again, to me, Zoravar, with all problems, with the quality that Mohammad Super Giant have, with the foreigners they have, they're still top favorite for me to win the title, if you ask me. Pereira Diaz is, as Kay said that earlier. To be honest, Mohammad Super Giant would be in a very terrible situation, but after all the mess, everyone is, this one is Mohammad Super Giant might maybe an equal. I think so, Blue. I think the whole league is messed up. I think the players are not ready. Um, so let's wait and see. Is this 100% confirmed that ISL is happening? Aman, according to the AIFF, yes, but AIFF has been confirming this for the last 4 months. So I will only take it once all the clubs say yes, 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 and scheduling and this and that and everything is done. That's what I'm waiting for, right? Pereira's work rate is good. It's great, Rawat. Pereira Diaz's work rate is good. He's a nuisance. He's always on your. You have to be always on your toes. All Indian ISL, also it seems we've seen some movement in the January transfer window. Simon, it won't be an all Indian ISL because again, Mohun Bagan Super Giant have foreigners, East Bengal have foreigners, Punjab FC has foreigners, Sporting Club Delhi seems to have foreigners, Northeast United has some of their foreigners. So let's wait and see. Right? How many matches will each team play at current plan? Bubble is 13. So as per the Swiss plan, either 7 home matches, 6 away, or 6 home matches, 7 away. Match fit in 30 days. Yeah, Raj, welcome. He was in first place when he was in our Carabas SC. Now our club has introduced him in the ISL. Okay. Is Tural on his way out? Haven't heard from him yet. Simon, again, Mumbai City needs to take a call of are they playing with or without foreigners? That's the first call that Mumbai City as an entity has to take. That decision has not been taken by Mumbai City FC. So therefore, let Mumbai City Football Club decide how many foreigners are they going to play, and then or if at all. Another in the first season is more winning league, 0% chance. If it doesn't win this season, then it will not happen for a long time. Let's see, Kumar. According to Sports Minister, ISL is happening. So rather, the Sports Minister announced it at the sorry, got totally disconnected by the system. Um, According to Sports Minister, ISL is happening. Listen, however, the Sports Minister said last week that it's happening with 6 clubs conditionally saying yes. So if I take the word of the Sports Minister and take the word of Kalyan Chaube, then you have to say they were lying, right? Otherwise, we wouldn't have had the situation today. What will happen to next year, ISL? Can you say something? Can you say nothing? So, Tirewal, I can't tell you anything, right? I don't know what they're going to do because, um, so let's see what they're going to do because they're supposed to sign a 20-year contract. Yeah. Diaz seems to be failing. It was okay. They had other strikers, so that's options. Interkashi will have foreigners. Palash, I know that they will have at least 2, right? Um, um, David Humanes as a centre back, and Mario Barco, the striker. So those two, I think, are confirmed. I think rest, let's wait and see what they do. Why anyone isn't mentioning Bangalore FC to be league contenders? They're playing with five foreigners in the starting 11, plus they have a decent Indian squad. Who are their five foreigners or in them? Let me just check BFC's. Do they still have their foreigners? Haven't they released? I thought BFC released some of their players. No, some of the foreigners left. Let me check. Where is the squad? Mm, Ryan Williams becomes an Indian. Kuziev, Brian Sanchez, and Salahuddin Bahi seem to be the foreigners, if I'm right. To be honest, let East Bengal win this trophy. Otherwise, they will say AIFF government is conspiring against this Rubber. Yeah, that's another part of the problem. Huh? BFC can finish first or second, and excited to see the gameplay of Punjab FC. Let's see who decides who gets to play against whom and whom. It doesn't make sense. Bubbles, there will be a sort of a draw. I don't know. Ideally, you should actually get an AI to do it for you, to do a draw. Um, and yeah, we'll have to wait and see what they do. But for me, there's some sort of system in the background who's going to decide it. Mumbai City foreigners injury as as a headache for, yeah, Raj, it has been, right. Tural, if fit, Tural, if in a good flow, it's lovely to watch, right? But again, do you know about the incident involving Paredes and JDT? Yeah, network issue. Aman is a former player of JDT. Okay. Airlines is still sponsor of Mumbai City despite City Football Group leaving. Wonder why. Zunavar, they have signed contracts. Them, um, Xylem, Puma, all of them have contracts. And I don't know if their contracts are running out in 26 or 27. So yeah, they're there. And don't forget, there are some foreign players playing in the BSL right now. And if it comes to that, some clubs will bring them on board. Palash might happen. But again, all the clubs, not all, most clubs are looking at running at the lowest cost possible, right? I think in current situation, the league is completely open for the ones with foreigners, so probably the most crazy league with craziest mistakes. Blue, I agree with that. So therefore, again, this that let's wait for the squads to come together. To me, I still have some doubts if this is going to really happen the way that we're thinking at the moment. So that's the thing. I'm fed up of that Begun Bhaja thing. My friends outside Bengal are taunting me. Your greatest legacy club's names are so bad that Postmaster couldn't pronounce it. It's so embarrassing. Raj, no, I would not look at it that way. It's an embarrassment for the sports minister. Look at it that way. With all due respect to Mansukh Mandavia, but if he can't pronounce these two names, that's his problem. Jamshedpur FC are all of Talal, Messi, Boli, Eze, Stojanovic, Tachikawa, Serkovic still there, or have they rescinded their contracts? Simon, I have no clue what Jamshedpur FC is in regard to the squad at the moment. That's what I'm saying. We will have the clarity on these kind of things closer to the kickoff date of the league, right? And again, there will be some changes of things. Ryan Williams is Indian now. Yes, Ryan Williams is no longer foreigner. Just curious because most of them are headed to Indonesia and the remaining ASEAN leagues. Yeah, Sam, because they wanted clarity, you know. And some of them, let's wait and see what happens. How will AIFF decide which team gets 7 home games and which teams get 6 games? Prashad, if I understand it right, there will be a system. I don't know if it's going to be a computer or AI, which is going to draw you the schedule with the ifs and buts. And then, yeah, some will get 6, some will get 7. Some of the players are in Cambodia, some are Malaysia, some of them are Indonesia. Let's see. Yeah, that's true. I think those who have more home attendances last year will get home matches. No, Palash, that has nothing to do with that. That it has nothing to do with who, whatever this or that. Broadcasting will be the main issue for broadcasting and no sponsors. I hope that some sponsor comes forward or something of sponsorship happens, but looks very difficult. This is somehow, if the league happens, what will be the future of Indian football? So, however, this league, the way that it's being planned at the moment, will harm Indian football. For, um, I think, and yeah, let's wait and see what happens. It's a big challenge, in my opinion, and therefore we'll have to see what happens. I'm watching ASEAN U23 Vietnam Saudi match. Vietnam isn't that bad. Okay, Utsaf. Imagine the league shutting down after 2 days for bad quality. Bro, I hope not. I just hope that it has some level of quality, that it does become a, I don't know, a bad I League, or even worse than, um, worse than an NFL, or, Super Cup 2.0, as some people are saying. That's the problem. No wonder Luna doesn't want to play in muddy pitches. Good luck in Indonesia. No, the pitches are going to be a problem, right? I mean, to evolve, to develop the pitches is not so easy, and that is one thing that that the clubs need to really, really, really work on in the coming weeks. That's a real challenge for them. So yeah, that's it. Right, 1 hour 22 minutes, 82 minutes of this live. A quick reminder: like, share, and subscribe, guys. 22 of you watching at the moment, only 19 likes. So please do like, and if you're new to the channel, you're liking our conversations, please subscribe to the channel. We have crossed the 3,700 mark and stand today at 3,702. Thank you very much. And watch the short videos. Um, for some reason or the other, the viewership over the last 2 weeks of the short videos has really gone down. Do watch them, do support me with that, and like them, hype them, share it with other people. The sportsman has zero knowledge regarding sports, just see his background, but in India, anybody can become sports minister, says Rava. Do you think anyone will pick up the tender, or is AIFF wishing just for formalities? For formalities, Prasad. Who's going to pick up the tender, given the circumstances? The sports minister probably pronounced 14 clubs in the most hilarious way possible. Yeah, for us, let me not say that. The youth team of Vietnam downgraded. Their peak time was when Sadhguru was there. Okay, Goku. And the usual Delulu thinkers are still left wondering why most of the players are leaving. Then driving since the start date has arrived. Yeah, Simon, that's yeah. The Goa pitch was nightmare. It is, Blue, it is. Will they have to release the schedule this week itself, or will they delay? Arindam, again, for me, I want a confirmation that if 14 clubs have said yes with no conditions attached. Simple question. Um, to me, that is the question. You know? So therefore, for me, um, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Is East Bengal make new academy? Is it? Supposedly they were planned. They've had plans for a couple of academies, right? I don't know. East Bengal fans would have to keep me updated, but I haven't heard anything on that. Heard Mohan Basu home ground will be Yuva Bharati. Kirangan. Wasn't the stadium vandalized? Yeah, Zorawar. It's the home ground, but they've got Kishore Bharati as a backup. So I think most of the, um, yeah. Ashish from Kenya is saying that Fancourt has shown interest in broadcasting today, but will they produce the matches? Palash, they showed an interest originally. I don't think that they will produce the matches. I think Fancourt just offers this platform to show matches. I've said this earlier today as well. Let's say if it's produced for Doordarshan, and then Fancourt can get a second right and put it on OTT. I think that's what they're thinking about. Fancourt probably on high. No, Goku, I don't think so. What are the costs involved in maintaining the pitch? Utsav, it depends on where you are in India. What's the quality of the pitch? What kind of maintenance you need? What kind of, do you have a quality groundsman? Are you working with Malis? We should not be surprised. Look at the qualification of Indian top tier politicians, says Blue. Yeah. A 9 crore broadcasting budget, roughly amongst the I League. YouTube quality, streaming quality, or as bad as IW. Simon, the question is, my calculate, who's done the calculations, right? Because for me, 9 crore for 91 matches, right, means less than 10 lakh per game, right? Movement of equipment here, there, renting equipment and all that kind of stuff, you know, and on top of that, commentators need to be paid, this, that, everything. Very difficult. So let's see. Though I'm boycotting the live stream Mohan Superjam matches, would love to see them play in Mohun Bagan ground. Panash, who wants to see Mohun Bagan play at Mohun Bagan ground in the ISL? You know, um, sorry. Again, wrong priorities. Mohun Bagan ground should never be if as long as they don't make a pakka full proper stadium out of it, which they'll never do, it makes no sense to go to the Maidans. What to surprise majority of them indicated. Yeah, Zara, that's yeah. Even if Mohun Bagan wins the league, there is no AFC for them. Yeah, Goku, we've discussed that already. That will happen. Why can't we have the league on AstroTurf? Utsav, where do you have AstroTurf grounds to play? Uh, right? So the players, the top level, especially foreigners, don't like to play on AstroTurf. That's why we're not playing. They're not playing on AstroTurf. Has they ever accepted all conditions set by Odisha FC? No, Prasad, they've accepted nothing. That's what I'm saying. The problem of today is that we are hearing, oh, the clubs have agreed, right? Is it an unconditional yes or is it a conditional yes? I have a simple question. Nobody can answer me that. Yeah, no, that won't happen. Says Palash, if we can see Meghalaya Stadium within 2027, I don't know. I don't know what the timelines are for that stadium. Let's wait and see. A football only stadium would have been so cool. Yeah, Palash, that's what Mohun Bagan, East Bengal should have done, right? Um, you know, uh, 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 you know. So for me, the three Kolkata Giants missed the bus. Monmouth fans are extremely pissed at Monmouth management. Okay, Zunavar. I know I saw your video about your 17 women's national team today. On what do you see that exponential growth of women's football in India? Roshan, I don't see any exponential growth. I don't know where this exponential growth topic comes up. To me, as I think India needs to stabilize. A national team, I hope we don't get battered, you know, and let's wait and see. The under 17s, under 20s, yeah, that's good. But if we don't have a proper structure, IWL, under 20 league, this, that, everything, where's the development part? That's missing. No? That connection is missing. If they build anything there, then Army will have problem. They should leave that place, but that will not happen. No, that's the problem. They should have left. There were options. Was it? No, I think the CPM government, I remember, offered one of the clubs land in Newtown at the time, and another team, I think, on the bypass close to Shantoshpur, which is now New Korea. And the clubs didn't take it up. 2027, 2031. Goku, I don't know when the Meghalaya stadium is going to be finished. Yes, football only stadium is good, but these people multi-sport complex. Yeah, X9P because the government is building it, no? Yeah, yeah. So that's it. Who will win FIFA World Cup 2026 according to one Japan should reach semi-final? Avi, I support Germany. And I think we have potential. I think Spain and France most probably are better than us. But I think I would love Germany to win. The stadium which conducted the Super League Kerala are currently match ready, right? Then why are not clubs looking into that? Prasad, which ones are match ready into that? Have you seen the state of the EMS stadium? And these, again, connectivity and this and that, none of them are actually. A certain blogger turned CEO and Mumbai a few years back. Who was Joe referring to in his podcast? Any idea, sir? Yeah, it was me. And this 100 years of not having an own stadium simply pathetic, says Goku. Yeah, build a stadium from scratch would cost 50 to 100 crore with the level of corruption involved in real estate. God agrees, local MLA palms. Okay, Utsav. Is Intakashi building a stadium from scratch or upgrading one? They're building one from scratch, Prasad. To be honest, the under 17 boys, after knocking out Iran to qualify, deserve such sponsorship too. Yeah, but nobody cares about our system, no? That I have info about the next AIFF elections, any new candidate? No, Parash, no candidate, no dates, no nothing. Again, supposedly September, but there is no confirmation of anything of that at the moment. Good evening, sir. ISL will not happen, says Dark Knight. Oh wow, that's positive, Dark Knight. I, 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 I hope it happens in some sort of form way now, but the doubts are there, so that remains. I want Diamond Harbour FC to win I League if it happens this year. Monman versus East Bengal versus Diamond will be interesting. Let's see, Zorawar. Imagine having a good stadium in South Kolkata, but they choose to stay in Maidan under Army. How can be someone so? But West Bengal is all about missed opportunities. No, that's the problem, right? I mean, as much I love Kolkata on one side, right? Especially the inner city Kolkata. To me, Newtown somehow It's like, I don't know, could be Gurgaon or something. But to me, the problem is that Kolkata sometimes to me feels like a museum, like a living museum. So therefore, yeah, let's wait and see what happens. Everything we read about them after Wimbledon are all, yeah. Who is funding Interkashi Stadium? UP government? No, Interkashi themselves is funding the whole thing. Any news of clubs giving the go ahead to us? Utsav, all 14 have agreed, but the question is it a general agreement or is it a conditional agreement? So therefore, that question remains at this moment in time, and there's no clarity on that. So therefore, we will have to wait and see if the clarity comes in. The location also key, like you are building in urban area, it will be expensive. In rural area, it will be less, but the connectivity will be hard. Goku, you know what? When I think about 20 plus years ago, East Bengal and Mohun Bagan were in a, you know, um, so therefore for me, they could have gone to areas which were rural or semi-urban 2 decades ago, which are now part of the city. Interkashi building their own stadium, corruption chances less because no government involved. Government involved then would have 500 crore budget. Okay, snappy. I don't know. Respos is saying Interkashi trying to get Barasat Stadium for this year, recently renovated with natural grass pitch. Is it? Has the artificial turf been removed in Barasat? Interesting. Um, because I know that Kalyani is an option for them. Barasat, of course, logistically, if they keep their players in Newtown, I think makes sense for them. So yeah. Interkashi Stadium owner and one college 60 crore. Yeah, that's the plan at the moment. So they're getting from the college the land to build the stadium on top of it. Is Barasat ground good? I haven't. It used to be great, but yeah. So let's wait and see. Joe Morris was referring to you. Yes, he was. I thought he meant Raj Adwal was that I meant I didn't wait towards you. Don't want to judge with answer. Roshan, I don't know why he said that. And it shows again, I've said this now X number of times today. I don't want to again, I didn't want to react on it on Twitter, but again, uh, 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 you have to ask him. I have no clue what he was meaning, and it shows you that he doesn't know what he's talking about. So ask him again. Comment on it. If you, I guess some of you know what I've done over the years for Indian footballers. So if I'm just a blogger, nice. If that's what I do, then fine. But again, these kind of people having opinions on Indian football without knowing things, welcome to the world, which I say is always a problem, right? We've got too many of these illiterate people who have opinions about things. Welcome. Many Takashi has money if they could have invested 15 crore in youth development. Zaved, how do you know they're not investing in youth development? Well, that's a good news. At least staff and players can focus on football now. Utsav, let's wait and see. That's what I'm saying. Is it really or is it conditional? Wow, wow, sir, didn't expect that. Was there any feud in between? If you could shed some light. Simon, I have no clue. I thought acquaintance is the max I would have said. And I didn't. Again, he started it, so I don't know what the problem is. I would love to hear what if there is a problem, but it shows again the ignorance of these people, right? That they think and understand Indian football and have no clue. Those of you who are listening to me on a regular basis know I know a little bit about football, right? And I understand, you know, um, you know. So that's the point. Again, I will not dig into any personal matter out of professional respect. So don't take me that way. No, Simon, it's all good. It to me is people have been sending me it left, right, and this is also the I say the hypocrisy on of Indian football. That a lot of people have been sending me that you know, I don't know how many WhatsApps I've received since yesterday. And I jokingly said to some, I said, guys, just comment on it. What you know, what you think. You know, you tell me in the face something if you're going to say it publicly. So that's why if you guys want to comment on it, please do. Do it. Some people have done. The people who've done it, I don't even know. So I want to say thank you to those guys who stood up for me and defended me in that. But it speaks more about him than about me. And I don't care who the hell is he. Right. But again, you asking me, that's my answer. And otherwise, I wouldn't have brought up the topic. I just said on Google. I just searched on Google Map. The government also removed the running tracks in Barasat. Imagine if they build new stands in the pitch. Is it okay? Let me just go to maps. Let me just check Barasat Stadium, how it looks today. Uh-huh. Sagar Stadium. Is it? Is it a natural? No, it looks. Oh God, that stadium looks to me artificial, or is that natural? Good question. Just one second. Is it one of the last? It looks to me. It looks. It's the same, and it never. If I remember right, it never had a running track. I might be wrong, but if I'm right, it never had a running track, a proper one, right? It had a natural grass sort of thingy around it. Yeah, it has a not. Barasat. I will have to figure out. To me, if I look at old NFL pictures, sorry, I League pictures, it's a weird stadium again. But to me, what I'm seeing on X, that is there was work happening, and I don't know. Again, let's see. I will ask a few people, Palash, and find out. So why Kolkata will lack vision related to stadium training pitch? Dark Knight. For Kolkata, football is Maidan, and Maidan is football for Kolkata. I think Intakash have a plan. It's early to judge them. Yeah, Goku. Let's wait and see. I only observe he gives fancy demands, which sounds nice and gets applause. In German, we say populistisch. Exactly, Roshan. It's populismus. It's populism, right? It is easy demands without anything, and it's easy things to say, but there's no substance behind it. So again, let these people talk, right? I think if they go suburbs now, after some years, that would be in city. But now land prices are going up along with the huge expenses for making stadium. It's far harder now. I prefer more they wait. Blue, the problem is no, that's the problem. But I would think the government would have given them land for one rupee, like the AFF Center of Excellence. I think it's misunderstanding Thomas a knowledgeable guy. It's not a misunderstanding, Zoravar. He was very, very clear. It's not a misunderstanding. Watch that clip, right? Yeah, and he's not a knowledgeable guy. That's your first problem. You guys think he's knowledgeable, he's not. There's a lot. This clip exposes the guy. Sorry. So Interkashi get promised by UP government to get world class stadium. Is it why Interkashis are building own stadium? Why is it they don't trust UP government or UP would take so much time? Like I don't know why. But again, your two last points most probably answer the question. I don't know what the reason is. But Interkashi, if the Interkashi was supposed to have a stadium by now in UP, right? Like what did the government do? Newtown still have enough empty lands for good 40K capacity stadium with two training pitches. But will the clubs go over there? No, they won't because they have to invest, right? Who's going to invest 200, 300 crores into something like that? So I commented on you. Is it any time in past you have some disagreement? No, I don't know. I don't have a disagreement. I thought again we are acquaintances. Um, again, but it again shows lack of knowledge, disrespect, and this is something again. These guys are full of themselves. So what should I say? Install natural gas was in the news. Okay, I'll check. How many proper stadium 20 in Bengal? Only football. Only football. What do you have? What 10 to 12 at least across Bengal? I would think. Yeah, 10 to 12 stadiums. The Kerala FC plan to move from Kolo to Imo Stadium as it's more expensive to get ready Kolo Stadium in time. Is it? Okay. And EMS Stadium looked bad, huh? Because of that motocross or whatever happened. No? That was in the news last week. So all of these stadiums have their own sets of issues and problems at the moment. What's the point of clubs like who doesn't have barely 1,000 fans building and 10,000 stands or stadium? I'm not talking about Intercash, I'm talking about other ISL clubs. I think most of the ISL teams should build stadiums in the size of what Intercash is building, 5,500, I think is the number. And Gugu. The other thing is, for example, Mumbai City 7.5. I think that most of the clubs could do that. I think 30, 40,000 could be something for the future. But again, get five, get seven, get 10K in every week. Let's see in future how Interkashi says, yeah, let's see. Again, give them time. Those guys have a plan. They're trying to do stuff and they're trying to do stuff their way. And I give them credit for that. Good night. Gute Nacht. Sonava, when you last missed. I think tomorrow I'll be back. 10-12, get my heart attack. My state does not have one football stadium, which is 20, 30, feel bad. Yeah, XMP, that's the problem, right? I mean, Bengal has it. If you take the smaller grounds into account, which are 10, 12,000, I think they would have most probably 40, 50 stadiums available across Bengal. So that is there, right? That is there today and that's available today. So that's Bengal football for you. Right. 1 hour 42 plus minutes of this live on this Monday evening. Once more, sorry that I started off late today. Like, share, and subscribe. Yes. 22 likes so far. Thank you very much. And if you haven't, do subscribe to the channel. 3,702 is the number today. And of course, also yeah, watch the shorter videos. I did something Coca-Cola supporting the India under 17 women's today. Last few days, a lot of stuff in regard to the ISL. A week ago, my Pritham Kotal interview. Planning a few interviews. Certain people have said to wait with their interviews because of the things happening at the moment. But again, let's see. Yes, says Palash. If you want to attract football fans to football, we want new champions every season. Goku, football doesn't work like that. You can't say, oh, and does a new champion attract new fans? I don't know. The SDO Stadium in Diamond Harbour, right beside the river. I've heard about it. Let's see what they're going to do with it. But Palash, Bengal has stadiums, right? It's not a question of has stadiums. Some of them are really bad or, are in a bad shape, bad status. Or let's say like a stadium like Barasat was, used to be a regular stadium for I League, ISL, sorry, for I League, NFL, for the Federation Cup and other things, right? So let's wait and see. Do you agree that in Bengal, for some reason, there's some kind of vision lacking? There's no organized work put in from the top level in football and broader way? Um, yeah, yeah. Um, because we go back, Blue, to the Maidan culture. No, we go to the Kolkata Maidan culture. Things seem to be sometimes stuck in the 50s and 60s, in a good day, even the 70s. So they're stuck 50, 60, 70 years ago in the past. They're not in the year 2026. And that is something which they don't want to realize, right? East Bengal and Mohun Bagan still want to bulldoze the whole league with money and buy players and this and that, right? Um, so let's wait and see what happens, right? So therefore, for me, look at the Bengal Super League. I said I had a lot of doubts with the Bengal Super League, and the Bengal Super League at the moment sadly is proving me right that we are in a bad state. Damn, Abelo are replacing Xavi. Yeah, they will. That's the thing. I'm sad to see Xavi Alonso go because I rate him very, very highly. But yeah, Real Madrid is a shark's pond and it didn't work. Bengal Stadium need revenge can be 10, 20 crore per stadium. Yeah, but it can be 10, 20 crore per stadium, 40, 50 stadiums. Just add up the numbers. The Maidani Babus lack vision. If you have vision, you will be sidelined just like Jaideep Mukherjee. Mm, Kalash, did he have vision? There are other things around the man, so I don't know if he had the vision or not. Kind of like the United Way, I mean, for Mohun Bagan, East Bengal. Simon, what do you mean the United Way? Do you mean the failures of United of redeveloping Old Trafford, not redeveloping Carrington? Um, you know, and yeah, if you're doing that, so yeah, so yeah, United is stuck in its cycle, no? Like, do you see AIFF amending the constitution as without a commercial partner, clubs will beat money and after season owners will pull the plug probably? Renal, at the moment, no. These AIFF guys don't want to do that. So yeah. You know about Chima Kere? Yes, Avi, I don't even know Chima Kere. In the old days, Chima used to be a friend. We used to meet in the old days. Haven't met him in ages, actually. Used to live in South Kolkata and League Gardens. I remember. Haven't met Chima in years, actually, to be honest. It's like everything is stuck and anyone trying to move it gets sidelined. Yeah, Blue, that's the problem, right? As I say, Kolkata is like a living museum, right? If you go into the heart of Kolkata, of the real Kolkata, I'd say, no? Not only Maidan. If you go towards Park Street, Everything which is like AJC, Bose Road, Park Street, Splanet, Beauty Park, Dalhousie, all that side, even Central Avenue and all that. That's it. Sometimes feels like you're in a museum. I went earlier last year to the race course, right? And that to me reminded me of, yeah, um, you were sitting on the Maidans, lovely view. You could see 42 Churungi, the highest at the moment, still the tallest building in Kolkata. You feel in a different world. I love it. I like it. But again, it's where's the buzz, where's the power? And that's when you contrast when you go to Mumbai. Even Cape tournament matches have more attendances than BSL matches. Shachi don't know how to promote again. Panash, yeah, looks like it. And they are, I think, resistant to take an advice on that matter. Yes, so that's what we being too nostalgic. Yes, but again, I love to go to the Maidan, have a chai, maybe go to George Telegraph in the evening, have a chat with some of these old guys and talk about football, have a fish fry with it or some other bhajia to eat. Maybe begun bhaja would be now a nice addition, according to the Indian sports minister. Um, so therefore, these are things which are lovely, right? Race course, I told you, lovely to go there into that old style British building with the food. You're sitting there, you're watching the races, going to a Calcutta club, going to a Bengal club, having brilliant food. It's a lovely thing. But then, if I let's say go to Mumbai, I went to the Mumbai Cricket Association stadium for the in BKC for the sports bar pro leagues, and we were sitting over there, which is also right, nice, old fashioned, this and that, everything. But there is a buzz, there is speed, there is people sitting over there. Ah, it's different. There is a different speed to it. So how can we work without a commercial partner? Any possible solutions from your partner? There is no solution without a commercial partner. And Bayern is bulldozing the Bundesliga. Will they go undefeated? Simon, if they continue like this, I'm interested to see if Bayern can win everything this season, right? I think the next season also there will be same problems. I think this regime has to be out, and then regime comes and let them plan out a way. Well, let's wait and see. Is Bengal making a new stadium? Orko, I haven't heard about it. I have to admit I will put more focus next week on SAF Futsal Championship. Roshan, all the best. Can come back, we get a new F and start a new plan with the vessel. And at the moment looks unlikely. Which season is best to travel Kolkata? I would say the winter, December, Jan. This is nice. Again, I don't know how the weather was with you guys today, but with us this morning, it was really bad with the ice and snow here, or snow overnight, and then the ice came. And yeah, and therefore for me, if I look at it, especially Jan is a nice, calm and quiet month. Actually, December is a lot of hustle and bustle in Kolkata, so I would most probably prefer Jan, calm and quiet. People like it. So therefore, for me, yeah, I would most probably prefer that over anything else. Why are people bashing Carl for revealing his dream? Like, I get the lack of PR training thing is just a bit too harsh, it seems. Simon, again, football fans, it's not an Indian football fan thing. I say, so therefore, for me, um, I mean, Leonard Carr was again a 17-year-old honestly saying in future, which is your dream club? And he says Real Madrid. You're already at Bayern Munich. And a lot of, again, I say, hey, it's good to have dreams, right? I've heard a lot of players talk about their dreams, and if they play for a big club, they suddenly stay at a big club. So therefore, yeah, it's some said it's a PR gaff or something. No, it's a 17-year-old being honest. So let's see. It's not only about nostalgia, it feels like the state is cursed. If anyone has experience in other cities, they will feel suffocation. Blue, it has, but again, Kolkata has certain levels of charm, which I will not get in a Mumbai. Forget Delhi, for example, right? Bangalore is another mess in itself. I would always, again, if I don't need to be fast paced in life and I've got enough money and I can actually spend in those social clubs and circles, I would love to live in Kolkata, right? Hi, the Waves. Read Marcus' new report. Yeah, just opening it. And they're still waiting to hear from the sports ministry. So it's a conditional yes. So we're still in this, and some of the clubs have still not confirmed where they're going to play. And now I got to know through some sources that Mumbai Football Arena actually has amongst the highest rents among the stadiums in the country. Was shocking to me. No, it's not shocking. It's Mumbai, right? Mumbai City were lucky under Aditya Thackeray, this and that, everything. Aditya is gone. The others are in power. So same problem as with Odisha. Now, is there a big difference between the system of top league and working grassroots? We spent a lot of money on top and trying to achieve success, but we lost it badly. Is grassroots the main place where the real magic of development happens? Yes, of course, grassroots. But the grassroots money is either someone is idealistic and puts money into grassroots, or the money from the top trickles down to grassroots. You know, you know. So that's the thing, right? The left government offered the Kolkata clubs to relocate the grounds into new lands. Even later, the government offered them land in exchange of 1 rupee, but the Maidani officials did not respond. Yeah, Parash, because the Maidani officials, for them, again, you have to raise substantial, money. Can the Maidan officials, with all that they have said and done over the years, can they raise 200, 300 crores to build infrastructure? I have my doubts. If you ask me, I have doubts. Roshan says to Simon, Leonard Carl is verbally thrashed, same way like Sangeeta Bashfor playing for East Bengal says she likes to play for Mumbai. Yeah, same situation, right? This is fandom. This is your problem of fandom. Again, someone being honest. Yeah, let's see. Mumbai, your favorite city in the country? I'm assuming the Vapes. If I'm being honest, no, I would say Kolkata. Again, Mumbai has its own flair and things, but Kolkata has something, as I say, about certain things that I would prefer. So yeah. What happened about the partnership with Palava City in season one? How did that come about? It's so far away from the city. Saw your old interview recently. You saw an old interview of mine recently. Okay. I don't know. Actually, yeah, on the Palava platform. It was. How did it happen? Okay. I was approached. How did it happen? I was approached by someone I knew at the time. Don't ask me who approached me. We were staying. Okay, I tell you. So, we were staying in Navi Mumbai for preseason because Father Agnell's ground, monsoon, artificial turf, best option for us. So we started our preseason Father Agnell's, and Palava City at the time was being built. But Palava City had a football ground, clubhouse, and a golf course. And the reality was that the Palava ground was a 9-a-side. If the Palava ground was an 11-side ground, we would have actually used the Palava ground because it just built. So whoever planned it 11-side, uh, uh, you know. Uh, so therefore, for me, we did a tie-up. I remember I played a few rounds of golf with Manu Friedrich, with Freddie Jungberg, and all these guys. Inside, it had a clubhouse with table tennis, football, this, that, everything. Really brilliant. But again, there was no accommodation. Otherwise, if there was some sort of accommodation possible, we could have actually based ourselves in Palava City, and that was how we tied up with them. Yeah, and I remember, and um, to me, that was something, uh, uh, you know, um, so therefore for me, yeah, was different. It was a different time, right? And yeah, actually, oh yeah, actually, there is a video of me. I just see, I'm just seeing that, yeah. And it was good. So yeah, that's the thing. Yes, he deserves better. Roshan says, Simon, Goa was a livable city. The Russians used to settle there for their whole life, but now it's destroyed. Goa is a state, not a city, Orko. And I think those who still live in Goa, there are parts of Goa which are livable, the lovely parts, especially in the south of Goa. So I don't know how you're saying that. How are Peter Reid and Steve Darby in the capacities of the club? First season is so surprising that we practice at Somaya and Kola of all places. The Vapes, great guys, Peter and Steve. With Steve, I'm still in touch on and off. And and we trained in Somali. So our problem was to find in Mumbai a ground because we, for the season, shifted into, we were close to the Mahalakshmi racecourse and we needed a ground. And that was the problem at the time, to find an appropriate ground for Mumbai City. And then that was the ground that worked for us, and that was the Sumaya College. But if they have land, can't they form a J with some big construction company like Merlin Group, Ambuja Notia, PS Group to build a new stadium, training grounds? Panash will give them the money. These construction companies will want. Listen, if Mr. Goenka wanted to do this, he's rich enough. He can build you the whole bloody thing. And I said, listen, this is the Sanjeev Goenka Stadium or whatever. No one's going to do that for you. Sorry. But sir, can you tell how you handled watching Indian football for so many years? As you see, the world is full of conflicts now, no morality and dystopian thoughts. How you stay positive in such conditions? Blue. The thing is, when even again, I think the world has changed since COVID. I feel. I don't know. You might think differently. I feel over the last 6 years, if you think about it, January 2020, the world was still fine, right? I was planning things. I was planning projects in India, around the world. I was supposed to do something in another part of the world. Yeah, it was great. But the world has changed so much over the last 6 years that it's crazy. And India, again, 2022, I took it on. I spent my own money, to go to India. Sunanda Dhar asked me, come over, help me, with this. Um, so therefore, for me, I've tried my things. And yeah, but the world at the moment is difficult, and Indian football is the mess that it is. Imagine getting Anelka, Fred, and all legends in Kola and Palav and all those places. Yeah, the waves. It was great. I remember the night that Nicholas Anelka landed. Right, it was he landed with an Emirates flight. I think it was two something that he landed, and he came out. It was insane that the fan groups of different European football clubs supporting, because Nico had played for so many clubs that the Real Madrid fans were there, the Chelsea fans were there, the Arsenal fans were there, PSG fans were there. I don't even know, City fans, whatever was there, he was there. Crazy. Imagine these groups compare this with the housing project. I know in French Kolkata club supporters would love to buy property near club grounds. Palash, and no housing society would like to have a football stadium next to it. That's the in an Indian, elsewhere in the world it works. In India, you would not, because if I'm buying a house and you're talking about the middle and upper class, how many people could afford it? How many people would you like to have a football stadium just next to you? In an Indian condition, I'll be honest, if I have property, I wouldn't want it next to any kind of stadium. Forget football, cricket. No. You know why Steve Darby left Mombang? I heard some funny stories about that. I know that, but again, that's for Steve to talk about and not for me. Dragic fell in love with Goa, so did Noah and Fares before. And who can forget the time Koro was there? Goa, good history. Yeah, not in that. The legendary Zico loved it. The legendary Zico loved it as a coach over there. Darren Duffy, how good was he in those days? Yeah, he was good. Simon. Again, there was a lot of these guys who came and did well. I didn't like that Joe threw a shit at you, man. It was a low blow, and I used to look up to him, man. The Waves, it's sorry again. I don't know why, and shows ignorance on his side. Sorry, it's not, and this is the guy who many years, when I was once in Dubai and he was with 10 Sports, he showed me a studio. We chatted. He called me over. We had a lovely time, right? But again, if he thinks I am what I am, then he doesn't know me, right? It is, you know. Um, so therefore, yeah. So therefore, for me, mm, not much to say, right? And I was think Mumbai would play at MFA. It'd be a huge blow if we don't play at home this season. The Waves, from what I've been told, the ground will not be ready. So Mumbai City is considering of playing elsewhere. But again, all of these are moving parts at the moment, because the situation as it seems that some teams want to play home and away, some teams want to play at one venue. So we'll have to figure out. We're involved in getting Lucio to ISL. No, Roshan, I was not. That was FC Goa by themselves. I still remember that on the ground incident. Yeah, Palash, that is, yeah. It's unbelievable how many things happened in last 2 years, and literally so many people turned out to be evil. Blue, I've warned in front of a lot of people. You know, um, someone was telling me about someone today, and he said, "Sir, you don't need to tell me. I know." So a lot of these people have unmasked themselves, and and in business dealings and stuff, and all. A lot of these people who showcase themselves. Oh, I've done this. Oh, I can do this. I will do this. I will do that, and then they turn out to be different, and that's sad, right? Again, if I am the way I am. So therefore, let's see what happens. Hey Akash, what's the matter? That Akash, we're talking ISL. We're talking that someone had a dig at me on social media. Realities of things. So after it is in conditional, yes, nothing more, nothing else. Agree with the pressure of the F. Simon, we are in the same position, right? We are the clubs have asked the questions in regard to finance, in regard to management, and they've asked the government for support, right? And for example, over the last week, the government has not come back with any support. So that says you all everything. When will 16 start to play who were not interested to play? Some of the teams are training, Mahesh, right? I know I saw BFC started training today, but again, all of them is a conditional yes, right? Who dig at you? What the heck? Yeah, Joe Morrison, there's a nice video on YouTube. I would love to hear some interesting stories about Mumbai City if this is an incident that no one knows yet. The Waves, there are a lot of stories. A fun one, which I always say is, I used to try and train myself as well in the gym, right? And in the first season of the ISL, mostly most teams stayed with us in the same hotel. So one day I'm training, I'm on the treadmill, and I'm next to Nicholas and Nico and I used to interact in the sessions, speak, blah blah. Suddenly, I see on the other side of me a certain Alessandro Del Piero. Both of them, Del Piero, Nico, Del Piero is more a big legend. Um, Delhi Dynamos, of course, at the time, and those two, and then I'm in the middle, and the point was, they were talking about the Juventus days. So I was trying to run faster on the treadmill. Most probably looked funny because, and this was a time, this is something where I said, in today's world, someone from the social media team would have surely been around and would have taken a video and whatever, and would have been funny. So yeah, that's the thing. RFYC expanding their youth programs to different parts. Is all these programs runs part of CSR activity? Have you been Rans Foundation RFYC Academy? They have great info and quality coaches. Then it is CSR. It has this is Reliance Foundation, has nothing to do with FSDL or Reliance Sports. So yeah. So therefore I've wanted to go, but I've never been to the facilities. And yes, they've got good infra. Good night, don't let the negative get over you. I hope Joe rectifies this. Simon, let's wait and see. Again, it speaks about him, and I don't care. I don't bother. The is Coca-Cola sponsor big thing considering the level of a footy? No. Well, it is CSR also from Coca-Cola. It is nothing much for them. It is big for Indian football because no one's ever sponsored Indian women's football that way. So therefore, that way it's big. But actually, for Coca, it's not an achievement of the AIFF or Indian football or sports ministry or whatever. It is Coca-Cola Global. Coca-Cola Inc. who's doing it. Watch my short video. I've done a video on it, a separate one. Watch it, and then you'll understand it. How was Anelka? Was he? Is in the media? Do you think the club went far ahead of themselves by appointing a hothead like him as manager? Player manager that too. Um, I love Nico. Um, I had people who warned me. Uh, you know, so therefore for me, um, lovely guy, good conversations. Manager, with Oscar Bruzon as assistant, that was fireworks. I wasn't there, so I wouldn't have made him manager. That would have been a thing. But again, that's for whoever taking that decision, and then they got into the mess. So much has happened, man. It's been 10 years to the first season of ISL Severs, and Moritz left the club on solo's. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sadly. I saw a post something regarding East Bengal Resident Raja. Is it correct information? I didn't saw anything new on news though. I haven't. I've heard about it, but I've not had a confirmation so far. So the thing, SLK sponsors were sponsored this year. I said, why would they, Mahesh? Again, why would an SLK sponsor come forward to sponsor the ISL? Makes no sense, right? And the figures are much higher to sponsor an ISL than an SLK. Dada, one final question before I sleep. Do you think all 14 will play or no? I have still doubts. If you ask me, I have doubts about two, three entities playing. Because the government and the AFF are not getting back on some of the financials. I still think that there's a risk that two, three teams might say, "Thank you very much, Tata bye bye." How much we do in Women's Asia Cup? Not much time left. I hope we don't drown. The Chennai Tigers Ronaldinho 2015 is true that. Do you think him coming to ISL would have made ISL get more eyeballs? They did target him, yes, and yeah, it would have surely gotten us more eyeballs. Would have helped us. I don't know. There's an example of wasted talent who could have achieved more. 100% Roshan. The moving from A to B to C to D didn't help Nico. That is the constitution once stopping from agreeing a decent commercial partner deal. Renal, yes, yes, 100% it is. But again, will it happen if it's removed? Good question. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Right, guys, 2 hours and 7 minutes. Wow, didn't realize this went on much longer than I intended to. But once more, like, share, and subscribe Arun Foot here on YouTube. Visit my other social medias, visit arunfoot.com. Do watch my short videos, guys. Support them. Also, a fun watch along yesterday of the Super Copa, the España final between Barca and Real Madrid. So, doing some stuff. Hiren and I'm going to do some lives on Africa Cup of Nations as well this week. So therefore, watch that. Watch the short videos. Support the channel, and if you haven't subscribe. We crossed the 3,700 mark last night. Thanks a lot, and yeah, see you. Good night.